Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'll be doing a team of the year reveal for me, my team of the year reveal. So before I start the video, I will put the link so you guys can vote in the description, and also I will tell you this, go subscribe to my channel. It would be very nice to see some more content like this, or predictions of matches or reviews or previews and all that stuff. Mate, it's going to be like more Chelsea stuff, but obviously I will do other sorts of content on this channel. But yeah, so it'd be nice if you guys could subscribe, or if someone can subscribe, because we're on the road to 200 subs. That sounds a bit cocky, but like, why not go for 200 subs? So yeah, we'll get into the video now. First up, I do have my goalkeeper, and I've gone with Unai Simon from Athletic Bilbao / Spain. So I mainly just picked him off the Euros. He could have gone Martinez from Argentina and Aston Villa, but I think that he's had a couple of bozo moments, and also I think Simon has been good. He was really good for Spain. He's basically a wall in net for them, pretty much for the whole tournament. He barely had any struggles. He looked really solid, even though he had someone like a David Raya behind him. That was absolutely class. Next up, we do have Theo Hernandez at left back for AC Milan and France. He can basically do everything. He can score goals. He can defend. I'm not really building a team. I'm basing off the best players this year, but I think he's been one of the best players at left back this year. Probably maybe Grimaldo might have been there, even Gabardiola from Man City. I guess he can score goals, but I think Hernandez has been the best. He also helped France win the penalty shootout against Portugal in the Euros. So yeah, I think today he won a trophy, the Coppa Italia. But obviously that's not relating to this. Next up, we do have a centre back, and I'm going with William Saliba from Arsenal / France. He was probably the best centre back last season in the Premier League. Let's be honest. He played in the tightest defence with Gabriel and Ben White, and also last season in all comps, I think he had 18 clean sheets in all comps. That's pretty good. And he also in the Euros covered 32 kilometers per match. That's crazy to think about. It was good for Arsenal last year. As I said, yeah, he was the best centre back. I think he was. I think if Gabriel was if you could vote Gabriel, I think I'd rather go for him over Saliba, because Gabriel can actually go forward and score goals. Saliba can do that as well, but I think Gabriel is a better centre back. But I think as a centre back, like an old school centre back, I think Saliba is the better choice. Next up, I do have Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen / Germany, and yeah, it's a bit controversial. Obviously, no Virgil van Dijk, but having an invincible season, winning a Bundesliga and a DFB Pokal, an unreal season, and also getting linked to some of the best clubs in the world. Yeah, I think he's definitely had a good season for Bayer Leverkusen. They, obviously they almost went an invincible treble. Imagine that. Would have been unreal to see that, especially for a team like Bayer Leverkusen. But he had a good partnership with Hinkapie, and also in front of him with Xhaka and Palacios. That was a good team. It's probably a team that we'll all never forget. So Jonathan Tah is my centre back. Next up, I do have Danny Carvajal, and I was tossing up between him or Trent Alexander-Arnold, but I think with the trophies that Danny Carvajal has won and what he's done in 2024 has just got him the edge over Alexander-Arnold. So he did win the Euros for Spain, did win the Champions League, La Liga, the Super Cup, and the Spanish Super Cup. Scored in the Champions League final and got player of the match. You can't get much better than that in a final. Yeah, so he even though he's aging, like most of the Real Madrid squad, he's he's aging like fine wine. He's been unreal for Real Madrid this year. Even though he's 32, 33, it's absolutely mad that there's someone like Danny Carvajal is, still up there. I think he is currently injured. I think he's got a long-term injury, but you expect him to come back with, at Real Madrid, because they're just unreal, Real Madrid, and yeah, that's why I have him in my team. Moving on to defensive midfield now, and this is probably the most obvious player of the team. It's got to be Rodri. Rodri is a defensive midfielder for Man City / Spain. He won the Ballon d'Or, won the Premier League, had a 76-game unbeaten streak before he lost the FA Cup final to Manchester United, and won the Euros and got Euros Player of the Tournament. He could not do much better. I think it's deserved, maybe, to win the Ballon d'Or, but I do think Vinny was robbed. Vinny had a good year, but you'll see who I pick soon. Yeah, player of the tournament for the Euros. Probably the best player in the Premier League last season, apart from maybe Foden, but he's obviously got an ACL injury. He won't be back for a while. So, yeah, Rodri is the defensive midfielder. Next up, I do have another Real Madrid player, and I do have Jude Bellingham in the midfield. Bit of a toss-up between him or Valverde, but yeah, I think Real Madrid, they've got a few players. Bellingham was certainly, I think he's kind of died off a bit, especially in the later part of the season. I went with Valverde at first, but I've gone with Jude Bellingham, because I think obviously with the trophies he's won, like the Champions League, won the La Liga, Super Cup, Spanish Super Cup, and also he did come runners up in the Euros. I know he did score he scored a good bicycle kick against Slovakia, and yeah, hopefully, he can kick on in 2025. He's only 2021. He'll kick on in 2025 and be a better player as he gets older and older. My other centre midfield spot, it's a bit controversial, but I'm going to go with Cole Palmer from Chelsea and England. He was the best young player last season in the Premier League, was the Euros final and the Carabao Cup runners-up last season, and also scored in the Euros final. He had, I think, about 30-plus goal contributions. He's got the most goals, I think, in a year. He's got, I think, in a whole entire calendar year, he's got the most goals at Chelsea ever. I think that was by Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank with 26. I think Cole Palmer's now got 27. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. He also scored 4 goals against Everton and Brighton. I think that one against Brighton, that was unreal. Those 4 goals, that free kick as well, from Cole Palmer. So yeah, he's I think he's only going to get better and better as he gets older. He's only 22 now. He'll hopefully kick on as the years go on. But yeah, he's a scary product to come. Now onto my attack. I have got Vinicius Jr. as the left wing for Real Madrid / Brazil. He did win the Champions League with Real Madrid and also La Liga, Spanish Super Cup and the UEFA Super Cup. And he did score 36 goals in 2024. So yeah, obviously he had a great season. Scored in the Champions League final. The decisive one to make it 2-0 against Dortmund. He's also gonna be a big player in the future, Vinicius Jr. As he gets older, and obviously he will probably get better, Vinicius Jr. And Vinny Jr. is going to be a scary player in the future for opposition teams. But also, yeah, got 36 goals in 2024, and that's as a left winger. That's absolutely crazy. It's probably not too crazy, but it's a good season for him. And comment your thoughts down below of my team so far, if you're watching up to this point. Next up, my striker, I have got Victor Gyökeres. 62 goals in in a calendar year, I think that definitely gets you into the team of the year. That is unreal. Obviously, he had a massive breakout year. Scored a hat-trick against Man City in the Champions League. That was kind of before their downfall, which I think is even better for him. He's now getting linked to some of the biggest clubs in the world, like Barcelona, you know, even, well, Man United, I guess, if you count that. Also Chelsea. I bet you even bloody Real Madrid are in for him, even though they've got Mbappe. But yeah, so he also won the league with Sporting, and he probably won the cups because that league's piss easy. But you know, yeah, obviously he had a massive breakout year. I think scoring 62 goals in all comps in 2024. That is a sign of a breakout year. But I think, what is he, 26, 27? He's probably only got 5 good years in him. So if he was like 23, 24, I think it'd be even more impressive. But, you know, obviously he could still get that big move to a United or a Barcelona or a, you know, one of the top-notch clubs in the world. And, you know, be the front line for those teams. Next up and final player in my starting 11, I do have Mohamed Salah. He's absolutely been cooking in the Premier League this season, especially under Arne Slot. He's obviously been cooking for years for Liverpool. Also, he comes up in the big games, big moments for Liverpool. So just wanted to add that. Yeah. Also, I might do I'm going to do a manager of the year. I'm going to go Xabi Alonso. I think it's quite obvious that it is Xabi Alonso, but yeah, almost going invincible, and literally they were 1 game away from going invincible for a whole treble. They were 1 win away, from going invincible, but they've fallen off this year. Have Bayer Leverkusen, sorry. And I also have some honourable mentions. I have Lamine Yamal, Florian Wirtz, Federico Valverde, Kylian Mbappe, Emi Martinez, Harry Kane, Rafinha, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, you know, I think if those guys make it, that's also fair enough. But that's my team for the year.